Okay, so we've got this 2021 Toyota Yaris GR, the all-wheel drive 1.6 litre 3-cylinder turbo. We'll be doing a whole heap of R&D on it, fabricating and designing our own airbox, exhaust, and of course fitting and tuning it live on the dyno using the new Uni-X. Prior to undertaking any work and before it even goes on the dyno, is I take it out on the road, I get an idea on how it feels as far as throttle response goes, the way the boost comes in, what it feels like power and torque wise, even as far as how it handles before we get stuck into doing anything with the suspension. So we're currently just road testing a completely 100% from the Toyota dealership Yaris GR. So to give you an idea on where these are as a base power figure, they make about 150, 155 kilowatts at 4-wheel standard, 300 newton meters of torque. Boost pressure peaks at about 22 PSI, but falls away pretty quickly back down towards the 16, 17 PSI mark. So I'll give you a quick rundown on what buzzing out for a Unichip, or buzzing out an engine in order to fit and tune a Unichip. Basically what that means is we find the required sensors on the engine so that we can talk to them and we can custom live tune them. So for example, boost is obviously going to be the map sensors and barometric pressure sensor. There are obviously variations on every car where some require more sensors to be found due to things like torque limiting and things like that. Other ones can be very basic, but using the experience that we've got here over many decades with tuning cars, knowing what we're looking for and knowing how they're going to react to certain tuning styles and tuning functions, we can usually knock them on the head pretty quickly. Part of the R&D process whenever we get a new car at Dynomotive to develop is we start on the exhaust, not essentially doing the whole thing at once, but in sections. So starting at the rear muffler, we replace the factory rear muffler with a high flow, single 3-inch, twin 2.5-inch outlet with the bi-modal valve on it. From there, we moved up to the midsection. The midsection is also 3-inch, fitted a 3-inch hot dog, and then up towards the front, a flex join with a 4-inch dump pipe into a 4-inch cat that comes out at 3-inch to pair up with the rest of the system. One of the things that we're very conscious about at Dynomotive when we fabricate something like this is that the entire system, no matter what piece you purchase, will bolt up to the factory exhaust. So the rear muffler itself will fit the standard midsection, the midsection will fit the standard dump pipe, and the dump pipe, of course, will adapt to a standard midsection and rear muffler as well. You've seen that we have fabricated our own in-house airbox for the Yaris. We did a lot of flow testing on the standard airbox, which in turn does actually flow quite well. We found that, removing and changing a few things on the standard airbox did have some results, but we definitely found fabricating a full custom cold air intake, utilizing a 5-inch bell mouth style pod filter along with the 3-inch piping was definitely the way to go. We've been monitoring air temps. They haven't really changed with the air intake, so we're very satisfied that we're maintaining a good quality air temp as well as increasing airflow.
So we got the Unichip on the Yaris. It's been a bit challenging trying to sort out the tune on it. Obviously with new technology, the Toyota's taken a little bit of work to get the thing to where it is now. We're not 100% happy. We will spend some more time on it. Certainly so far the results look promising. We certainly believe there's more left in it. We just need to spend a little bit more time data logging and possibly picking up a few more extra sensors and trying a few different approaches. Yeah, the development continues. Okay, so we've had a chance to spend some more time on the dyno with the Yaris. Done a bit more data logging. Now we're starting to get to a point where we see the real true potential of the Yaris. So we've worked our ways around the torque management and torque reductions that the thing was trying to do. Got a way around that with the Unichip, and now we're starting to see nice, consistent results with very impressive gains.
As I mentioned earlier, we've got into basically all the engine tune parameters so that we can custom live tune the Yaris, and in turn it's given us an awesome result of 194 kilowatts. So keep in mind, standard, this made 154, so we've picked up 40 kilowatts at 4 wheels. The torque's jumped from just over 300 newton meters at 4 wheels to just under 400, so we've picked up 80 to 90 newton meters there. Brought up the boost pressure a little bit, but all this is still being done at a completely safe AFR. So we're really stoked with how it is. It's completely changed the drivability, the throttle response, and the excitement of the vehicle. Using the Uni-X, we get into the CAN bus, so we've got access to the factory drive modes, that being track, normal, and sport. By changing the drive modes inside the car, we can actually change the position of the bi-modal exhaust flap on the rear muffler. In turn, that gives us different exhaust sounds in different driving conditions. So you can have normal as quiet, track wide open. And the other cool thing about that is it's all completely customizable via RPM or boost pressure. So we can have it shut to a certain RPM and then it opens. All of those sort of tunable features are endless, so it's completely up to the customer's request and exactly what they're chasing, but it just shows the versatility of the Uni-X. Alright, so we're back out in the GR Yaris. We've finished our R&D up to this point. It's fitted with all the parts, as you've seen in the video already, and we're absolutely stoked with how it's come up. Obviously it's changed the complete drivability of the car. 40 kilowatts, 100 newton meters is absolutely incredible, but the real differences are that you feel in the drivability is things like throttle response, the way the boost comes in, and especially just how hard the difference in the launch and the difference in the way it keeps pulling right through the rev range, everything from off the mark right to red line at 6,500 RPM. So it was a little bit tricky with our R&D on this one. Toyota's definitely made some incredible advancements in their technology. Absolutely stoked that utilising the Uni-X we were able to get around any of those sort of tricky parts, and we've managed to get an unreal result out of it. So these are going to sell like hotcakes. One of the questions that's grabbed my attention a little bit is a lot of people seem to be asking how this compares to our i30N. It's very personal or individual how you'd compare it. I mean, the only way that we're ever going to see what's faster in a straight line around the track is to go there. So we're really looking forward to getting these hot hatch, the whole hot hatch category out onto the track when we can, and getting some times down.
You happy?
Yeah, toothless and happy.